helping to ensure that parking is available to us all each Sunday. If you have beverages that you're bringing out into the sanctuary, we ask that you please make sure you have a lid over your beverage. If you would like to stay in touch with the Center of Peace and all of our offerings and initiatives, you can get on our mailing list. There's a QR code on the card in the back of the chairs. You simply need to scan that and you'll be able to sign up for our newsletter. Also want to let you know that our practitioners are available after service for prayer. If you cannot stay for prayer but would like to have prayer, you can write your prayer request out. We have a prayer box on the other side of the petition. Put your prayer request there, and our practitioners will receive your prayer, and we'll be praying for you all week. If you have an announcement that's related to the Center of Peace and would like to have it announced on a Sunday, you need to let Tricia know by Friday, our Director of Operations, so that we can get it in our announcements. Okay. It is time now for our tithes and offerings. So, if you would please, as our ushers come forward, if you would take out your gifts, your tithes, and your offerings. Let us also bring into the room the fact that there are many people who give online and who are giving online and who are giving online now. Let us bring it all into the storehouse as we take this moment to for prayer. I want you to join me as we turn within, acknowledging the infinite that is within us, ever giving life to us, through us, as us, that we affirm and know to be is us. We can never be separate and apart then from the eternal givingness of life itself to us. So it is from that place and that space then that we open up to give and share today at the Center of Peace, where I know surely that every cent that we receive, that it moves the Center of Peace out into our world, with our light ever shining, becoming a great beacon for those who are ready to discover the life that their soul is seeking, for anybody and everybody who might be ready to discover and to affirm that the divinity is within them. And I am so grateful for this, that I know that just as the Center of Peace is blessed by every cent that it receives, I know too that the giver is blessed 1,000,000 times fold, and that it can be no other way. So for every cent we receive, I give thanks. Truly, I do give thanks. And so it is.
Thank you for your blessings. Thank you for your blessings. Your lessons live on in me. Ooh, thank you, thank you, thank you. 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 Ooh, thank you. Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your guidance is wise indeed. Thank you for your blessing. Thank you for your blessing. Your lessons live on in me. Ooh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, thank you, thank you.
And so it is. So it is. Thank you, everyone. So, uh, I'm looking around to see, I think I see Hazel, to see if we have any children in the back. We usually have our children come out if there are any children in the back. There aren't any children today. Okay. All right. Well, then we will move ahead in our service. Uh, so, this morning we are going to experience Mr. Warren Cooper. Many of you have experienced Warren Cooper and his music ministry, but there is also another side of Warren. He is a true minister of words. And it was, I think, back in December, Warren did his Sankofa song experience at the Cranolift. It was when it had snowed. I think it was the very first snow of 2025, and a few of us brave souls weathered the storm and the snow, and we made our way there. And I'm so glad that I did make my way there to experience Warren and his beautiful offering to the world. It really touched me. And I thought, while I was sitting there, I was thinking to myself, this would be a wonderful Sunday experience. And then shortly after, once it ended, someone came up to me and said, that was a whole Sunday service. So it was just affirming in that way. And I thought, what perfect timing for us to have this experience than today, as Warren leads us in word and song, the Sankofa song, what he's calling the resurrection paradigm, a new Negro spiritual. I hope that you all will open up to the rich meaning that Warren is guiding us to, or the opportunity to find rich meaning and an insight that it will ignite something within each one of us, that something might be resurrected within us, that we might remember who we really and truly are. So if you can be so open to allow this experience to stir something within you, where you might be moved to do something different in your own little experience and in our big old world. So with that, would you all please put your hands together as we welcome Warren Cooper.
Come by here, come by here, my Lord. Come by here, come by here, my Lord. Come by here, oh Lord. Come by here, oh Lord. Come by here. You can give me this. And you can sing with me because we've done this. I am here, I am here. I am here, I am here. I am here, I am here. Oh, I am here. Oh, I am here. Say, I am. I am here, I am here. I am here, I am here. I am here, I am here. Oh, I am here. Oh, I say, I am love. I am love, I am love. I am love, I am love. I am love, I am love. Oh, I am love. Oh, I am, say, oh, oh, I am love. Oh, I am love. I am here. And so are you. Happy Easter. Oh, wow, there it is. It's still falling off. It is an honor and a pleasure, and somewhat of a trip to be here today doing this. And I am honored by the invitation and also the opportunity to unpack this thing that has been flowing with and through me for some time. This is the second Sankofa song, and Rev mentioned the first, and some of you were at that one. This one is like that one, but it's different because we're focusing today on the resurrection paradigm. And there's an irony to today being Easter Sunday, and many are focused on resurrection in that way. As it happens, this was originally created for a whole nother time that wasn't Easter, and this actually was the graphic that was the theme. So I found it somewhat serendipitous, this converging of paths. So I'm it's just occurring to me that I'm standing here, like, giving the message to me. I was good behind the piano, but now it's different. So this is an experience. It is tailored not as a performance or a presentation, but as an invitation into an experience. The experience of our present reality through the lens of a music that is called the Negro spiritual. It is a music that has very deep roots and is often associated with a period of time in America that we refer to as slavery. And what this new Negro spiritual is a transposition of that kind of message into our contemporary time. For indeed, we are seeking freedom even now. So we're projecting really a vision for what it looks like to be totally free. And we are mixing metaphors rather actively as we discover what there is to find in the Negro spiritual experience. So I'd like you to help me. So you repeat after me. It says, "Oh, Sankofa, oh, oh, Sankofa, oh, oh, Sankofa, oh, long, oh, Sankofa, oh, oh, Sankofa, oh. You say, oh, Sankofa, oh. Sankofa, 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 oh. Sankofa, 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 oh. Oh, Sankofa, oh. Oh, Sankofa, oh. Sankofa, 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 oh. Sankofa, 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 oh. Sankofa, oh. Sankofa. The West African principle of moving through time, being able to see the future from the present with the lens of the past. The literal meaning is go back and get it. It's time for us to go back and get it. The Sankofa framing then is one that remembers and projects and tells the truth about what's happening right now. So a Sankofa song then is a song of the soul. Say it's a song of the soul. A song that is sung not just with a voice, but with an entire being. Sung in present, that's what I just said. Sung in the past tense and the present tense and the future tense all at once. A prophetic remember ants, putting it all back together. So the resurrection paradigm is one that it's a place, it's a pattern, it's a model. The paradigm of resurrection is the space that we live in right now, in this space and time, in this instant. Something that has ceased to be and is reborn. It's a moment of resurrection. So some scriptural spirit grounding for the conversation that I have. This psalm from the Bible calls for us to sing a new song, brand new song, and let the earth and everyone in it sing. Sing to God. Sing as the one divine. And taken from the spiritual principles that we are familiar with, choosing number 8, which says, we believe that the universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the direct impress of our thought upon it. A song of the soul, then, that speaks to coming back to yourself, coming back to life, coming back through the eyes of lessons learned, of knowledge already known. Sankofa crosses bridges burned to repair all that is there. Oh, Sankofa, oh. Oh, Sankofa, oh. Sankofa, 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 Sankofa. Sankofa, Sankofa, Sankofa. Here, there, and everywhere. So let us consider the life of a seed. A seed that is brought to an end so that it can be brought into a new existence. The Bible passage says, listen carefully, unless a grain of wheat is buried in the ground, dead to the world, it is never more than a grain of wheat. But if it is buried in sprouts and reproduces itself many times over. Resurrection, germination. So technically, this is the grave of a seed. And it is a space from which the seed brings itself into a whole other frame of being. It looks like this. This is a bean making its way. Soundtrack's a little corny, but a seed that dies springs root, breaks ground. And stands tall. Okay, now we can get off the Ferris wheel. The grave of a seed, the site of resurrection, also known as regeneration. And the seed buried is buried in soil. And there are different kinds of soil for different kinds of purpose, good for different kinds of things, almost like different personality trait aspects or different gifts serving different functions in the growing of God's creation. So you can see that these are the description of what grows in these different kinds of soil. Each soil is, when I was little, I thought it was just dirt. And I imagine it is, but there are different kinds. What kind of dirt are you? I want to be good ground in the place where I'm found. I want to be good ground in the place where I'm found. Sing it with me. I want to be good ground in the place where I'm found. I want to be good ground in the place where I'm found. Just once. I want to be good ground. We're looking for good ground. We want good ground, and we turn on the news, go outside and do stuff, and we see frozen tundra, a wasteland. How can anything grow here? For we are in what we can, I think, officially refer to as the Ice Age. The Ice Age where it's actually okay to get snatched off the street. It's actually okay for you to lose all of what you have. And it seems like it's distant because it's other people, because you don't speak Spanish. But it occurs to me that it applies to me and also to you. The Ice Age, a moment in time when humanity is frozen-hearted, glacier proliferation around the planet, frozen, solid. There's a lot that could be said about the ice thing, and I won't go all the way into it. It's just that it is a symbol or a signal for what time it is. Immigration enforcement, the U.S. government sanctioned and chartered terrorist exercise in the name of patriotism, a confusing piece. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, a long way from home, a long way from home. The Ice Age. Is it possible for anything to grow in frozen ground? So whenever you need to change the mood, you just change the metaphor. So from cold to hot, it's true that there are seeds buried deep within the earth that only are activated by the heat of a forest fire. There are seeds that are there and they're doing what they do, just waiting for their time of activation to begin new growth beneath the scorched earth. Let's see. There we have it. So nature has a prepared response to devastation. In the face of devastation, there is regeneration. There is resurrection. The Negro spiritual is that seed that is beneath the frozen tundra that has the capacity to respond in these times of challenge, responding to the heat or the cold of the moment to inspire us. The Negro spiritual songs about freedom and inspiration, protest and resistance, prophecy and revelation, of hope and resilience. The Negro spiritual is a deeply rooted, planted seed, buried beneath all of what is true at this moment. The Negro spiritual, a melody, a rhythm, an encoded message about how to find our way from where we are to freedom. The new Negro spiritual, then, is a reframing of that principle. Somebody asked me, well, is it the spiritual that's new or the Negro that's new? I said, yes. Because it's true. These songs retain their original character, the tonality, the coded rhythms. And they speak in a wider frame beyond the context of black slaves to expand with a message of freedom for all humanity. The new Negro spiritual then is necessarily a celebration of divine nature, a celebration of the ability to have regeneration, resurrection at any moment. So in these moments where we are dehumanized by the oppressive presence that makes itself known, that's happening across racial lines, across class lines. So for us to peer past our differences and see our humanity, for we all are sailing in the same sinking boat. We are reclaiming freedom in this land. We are reclaiming freedom in this land. We are reclaiming freedom, and the truth must still abide. We are reclaiming freedom in this land. In this land, in this land, we are reclaiming freedom in this land. Reclaiming, renaming, reframing. What is at the center of being free? What is your vision? The vision that you are holding for freedom? What vision are you holding for justice? What vision are you holding for peace? We are holding a vision that is motivated by the rhythm of the drum, which, as it happens, is the rhythm of the heartbeat. The heartbeat of the feel is the heartbeat for real. The heartbeat that knows love even when it sees trouble. Nobody knows the trouble I see. Nobody knows my trials. No, nobody knows the trouble I see. Glory, hallelujah. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. I say yes, yes, Lord. And there are sometimes I'm almost level to the ground, but I say yes, 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 Lord, because nobody knows the trouble I see. Nobody knows my trial. No, nobody knows the trouble I see. Glory, hallelujah. The paradox of seeing trouble and still being able to say hallelujah. The both and versus the either or equation, which makes each of those things more identical than flip sides of a coin. Seeking to know what to do about trouble while saying, hallelujah, the promise of the presence of good above and beyond the appearance of evil. The knowing that reaches beyond this current set of circumstances to touch the hand of God, the hand that is your own. And while your hand is in the hand of the one in command of all things, you can rise above where you are to where you want to be, where you yearn to be, setting the limitation for separation free and being filled with the highest praise. Hallelujah. It is a confession that becomes an obsession. An obsession that is noted in what I'll call the paradox of the pearl. Both and mathematics, a calculation of asset valuation, fashioned with time, the pearl comes to life as a fruit of the irritation of the shellfish. A precious gem. I wonder what makes it precious. Is it the suffering? Is it the irritation? Paradox of a pearl is that it wouldn't exist without the irritation. The yearning for the achievement of the promise that is a better place is not just in the great beyond. It's right here, both and. We are able to touch it with our hands and with our hearts. Reaching us beyond irritating circumstances. Say, irritating circumstances. Speaking of irritating circumstances, if we can consider for a moment the sword, which in our peaceful way is being made into a plowshare, but it still requires forging. If a sword could tell you how it got to be a sword, it would not be a lovely tale. Look familiar? If a sword could tell you how it got to be a sword, we must remember the pearl in the process. When it shows up looking like trouble or adversity, we are being heated to a pliable existence and being banged into shape. If we decide to change our view, then we can express the process of divine molding, and then, no matter how it feels, we could be done with the trouble of the world. Sooner we'll be done with the trouble of the world. The trouble of the world, the trouble of the world. Right now I am done with the trouble of the world. Going home to live with God. home that if we were going to do a metaphor or a simile or some other kind of thematic interpretation, we would call it freedom. Presence, power to act, think as you want, the absence of all constraining things. We yearn for and sing for freedom. Oh, freedom. Sing with me. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me, my Lord. And before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home with my Lord and be free. Freedom, the thing that everyone wants. Freedom, the thing that everyone sees. Freedom to do or to see or to be. Freedom. From a slave perspective, it's freedom from being confined in servitude. From a civil rights perspective, it is access to equality and equity. From a human rights perspective, it's about the value of life over stuff. Recognizing that the sound of freedom, the sound of justice, is ringing true through the eyes of the heart. So every resurrection, I guess, has a crucifixion. By definition, the crucifixion is what we might call those things that accost us. Crucifixion that we suffer day to day to day, like the death by 1,000 pinpricks over and 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 over again. We are living in a culture of cruelty, where it's just okay to dehumanize, particularly if you're considered to be less than human. A culture of cruelty that most certainly sweeps across the planet, but most certainly can be found where we are living in this moment. A perfected system of cruelty that the world would come to use for to exploit and extort and harmfully use human beings. There is much that could be said about the culture of cruelty, and there are 1,000 pictures that we could see that would make that very clear. I don't believe that's necessary, for that's not the thing we're talking about. We are all clear about suffering. We're all clear about the devastation of human hope. This particular image, though, if you stare at it, and I apologize kind of if it's upsetting, but I want you to think of this image as holding proxy for the suffering. Modest rendition of the recorded reality. And as we imagine for a moment the mind and the heart of one whose hand can command such cruelty. So when you come to believe that it's time to leave, then your way of escape is made clear. Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away, steal away home. I ain't got long to stay here. My Lord, He calls me through the thunder. The trumpet sounds within my soul. I ain't got long to stay here. Steal away, steal away, oh, steal away to Jesus. Steal away, steal away home. I ain't got long to stay here. I got to wait in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Now Jordan's water is chilly and cold. God's gonna trouble the water. It chills the body, but not my soul. God's gonna trouble the water. Oh, wade in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Say, God. God's gonna trouble the water. God's gonna trouble the water. The Bethesda pool in the Bible was a place where people would come for healing. And when the water was troubled, healing would happen, but only for the first one in. We are led beside still waters. I am led beside still waters so that the Spirit can Bethesda pool trouble them and give me access to healing for my body and healing for my soul. The moment when justice comes, when righteousness rolls down like Amos's ever-flowing stream, for some it will be mourning, M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G, lamenting the arrival of justice and the departure of privilege. For some it will be rejoicing, for we'll see the sign, the fulfilled promise that God is as we are standing for freedom. And part of the escape story in the lineage of the time called slavery is the Underground Railroad, the place or series of places that were a network of interconnected people, places, and things focused on the process of freedom. A system within a system of communication, of emancipation, of motivation to be and to see free. The way of escape, passage, protocol, portal, steal away to Jesus. Jesus being that place of understanding that God is inside of you, expressing as you, the place that experiences resurrection every moment that it is recognized. Context of physical escape is one thing, and the context of spiritual escape quite another. And as we can imagine ourselves escaping physically, can you imagine yourself spiritually escaping from the bondage fetters of this day, from commercialized, commodified materialism, from militarism, from misogyny, from systematic poverty, from violence, from the assigned place by race? By way of escape, we can seek to be found on higher ground. Higher ground, the place where the underground meets that beautiful city in the air, where we'll be caught up to meet him. From the Underground Railroad to the Higher Ground Railroad, taking the Spirit to the places where it already is and making it clear. We can get on board Higher Ground Railroad for a ride to real spiritual freedom. I'm not selling it, I'm just telling it. When we focus on love of self, peace of self, holiness in and of ourselves, then we can know the flow of heaven on earth. When heaven is allowed to show up in earth. I am the house of heaven on earth. I got a crown up in that kingdom, ain't that good news? I got a crown up in that kingdom, ain't that good news? I'm gonna lay down this world, gonna shoulder up my cross, Gonna take it home to my Jesus. Ain't that good news? Ain't that good news? Good news, good news, good news. Ain't that good news? Good news, good news, good news. Ain't that good news? I'm gonna lay down this world. Gonna shoulder up my cross. Gonna take it home to my Jesus. Ain't that good news? Ain't that good news? Good news we can all use anytime we want. Lifting up the yearning there of how to get from there to here. And in fact, we recognize that there is here, right here, right now. So the resurrection paradigm, bringing to life what has ceased to be, the model, the frame, the example of bringing something to life. Favorite example of that would be this. Now we can start with the caterpillar, and you could get corny and say that the chrysalis was the tomb. I'm not going to do that. But the point is that there is resurrection. The thing about this resurrection is that it's regeneration. Wait, are those the same thing? The caterpillar finds its way to the chrysalis, finds its way out as another thing. And the butterfly lays the egg that makes the caterpillar that goes into the chrysalis that emerges in an adult butterfly, and that butterfly lays an egg.
Watching a monarch butterfly emerge from its chrysalis is an amazing sight. Right after emerging, the monarch's abdomen is large and filled with fluid. At first, the monarch's wings are very small. The monarch pumps fluid from its abdomen into its wings, causing them to inflate. Once the wings are fully inflated, the monarch hangs and dries before taking flight. A few hours later, the wings are ready for use. A new monarch butterfly's first stop is usually a source of nectar. This monarch is a female. You can distinguish males from females by looking at the hind wing. The veins on the hind wing of a male are thinner, and they have small black pouches.
I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Waking up every morning with your mind on freedom. As we consider the quotient of impact, what is it about impact? Did you know that your splash has ripples you can't see? Getty Images, the future sponsor of this organization. Impact. Ripple. Impact. Ripple. Impact. Ripple. Some of y'all got impact. Ripple. If you check the splash from that thing that hit the water with a little bit of velocity, you will see the sprinkle all over the space. There's the primary ripple. And then there are ripples all up and down and around the screen. Ripples that weren't the first splash, but they were from the splash. We can all have impact. And as we have impact, as we have impact, we have a frozen slideshow. As we have impact, we are moved to a place where we need to decide. What our vision of freedom actually is. What our vision of justice actually is. What our vision of a loving world really is. What is your vision of a loving home, a loving space? Can you catch the vision of the city? Oh, what a beautiful city. Oh, what a beautiful city. Oh, what a beautiful city. There's love in the city. Hallelujah. Oh, what a beautiful city. Oh, what a beautiful city. Oh, what a beautiful city. There's love in the city. Hallelujah.
Thank you all for joining us for the Sankofa song, an opportunity that Mr. Warren Cooper has offered us all to engage in the remembrance and perhaps regeneration, perhaps an opportunity to reclaim our freedom, to let the old Negro spiritual with its encoded messages set us free so that we might experience the great resurrection. You and me, heaven on earth. May we all be set free. And so it is.
So it is. Sing with me the vision. Oh, what a beautiful city. Oh, what a beautiful city. Oh, what a beautiful city. There's love in the city. Hallelujah. There's peace in the city. Hallelujah. There's joy in the city. Can you see it? Hallelujah. And so it is.
So it is. Mr. Warren Cooper. And so it is. Please stay here with us as we engage in fellowship, and Al is going to cue up a song. That is our service, folks. You all are sitting back down like it's a part two. Yes, and so it is.
Love is all around. Open up your heart. Feel the love. The birds, the bees, the sky, and the trees. My, 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 my. Coming from the trees, such beautiful melodies. Compose a symphony just for me. That bluebird sings